The last stop on the promo tour for Inglourious Basterds was Japan, where after yet another press conference, he wandered into a local music store. While perusing the endless shelves, he stumbled upon a compilation of spaghetti western soundtracks. He just happened to be working on a book at the time devoted to the reviews and directing of Sergio Corbucci, creator of the movie The Con Artists, who rose to fame thanks to the spaghetti westerns like Django.
Django, have you never loved?
It was nothing short of a sign from the universe. He bought the CD, returned to his hotel room, scanned a few pages of his draft, turned it on, and spent the rest of the night writing the introduction to his next film.
Who's that stumbling around in the dark? State your business or prepare to get winged.
He spent the next 2 years working on Django Unchained. The final version was ready in May of 2011, and by November they had begun casting. It started off with Christoph Waltz rejecting the role written just for him. Dr. King Schultz, the similarity of the character to the actor himself deterred him, but Quentin insisted and said he just wouldn't take no for an answer. Christoph gave in, but on one condition. His character wouldn't do anything bad on screen. Quentin agreed by sending Waltz a handwritten note which read, of course, Mein Herr, Q.
Oh, very well.
From the beginning stages of the script, Tarantino had planned to invite Will Smith to play Django. He was the only candidate, but Smith declined. Later, he explained that he hadn't felt that the character was the lead role. He was more of a sidekick for Dr. Schultz. Otherwise, it would have been Django pulling the trigger in the final scene. And though Smith called the script brilliant, and not once, he never regretted his decision. After that, Terrence Howard, Idris Elba, Chris Tucker, Tyrese Gibson, and Michael K. Williams all tried out. But as soon as he met Jamie Foxx, he forgot about the others. When asked why he chose Jamie, Quentin said, he was the cowboy. Forget the fact that he has his own horse. And that is actually his horse in the movie. He's from Texas. He understands.
He's gonna let me pick out my own clothes. D-J-A-N-G-O. The D is silent.
Calvin Candie was also written with another actor in mind. Tarantino didn't name names, but he didn't hire that actor because he realized he was just too old for the role. That's a problem I have. I'll be thinking about somebody and not take into account that I'm thinking of them from 20 years ago. But according to rumor,
I love rumors.
The role was most likely reserved for John Travolta, though we're certain that no one was upset with Tarantino's final choice.
And then we got nothing more to talk about.
The only person there were no problems with was...
Yeah. Hello, my ass. Who this up on that name?
After that, the project was joined by Kerry Washington, Jonah Hill, Bruce Dern, Walton Goggins, and many of Quentin's old friends. And of course, Quentin's cameo.
A little doing off for you black box flavor.
And his other cameo.
So how about no bags this time, but next time we do the bags right, and then we go full regalia.
While preparing for the role during a writing session, Christoph Waltz dislocated his pelvic bone.
Well, you know, the riding the horse wasn't that much of the challenge. The falling off was.
Quentin was afraid that he would have to delay shooting, but after rereading the script realized that he only had to change a few lines to move Schultz from the back of a horse to a carriage bench. In the end, it only added to the film.
Calm yourselves, gentlemen. I mean you no harm. I'm simply a fellow weary traveler.
The picture received a record-breaking budget for Quentin, $100 million. And on the 25th of January 2012, they started shooting.
Sun comes up and rises high. It's so hot, it's gonna make me cry. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
very first day, the director had to have an enlightening conversation with Jamie Foxx.
I'm reading my lines like, yeah, and he said, cut. Can I talk to you for a second? Close the door. What the is that? I said, what you mean? Listen, all of this shit, you have to be a slave. You come in with your Louis bag and your Range Rover and your Jess arm, so you're not Jim Brown. He's a fucking slave. And then he becomes the hero. But lose that shit. Door swings open, he walks out.
What's your name?
Django.
Leonardo DiCaprio, on the other hand, needed no enlightening. You can learn more about how his scenes went by watching his biography.
A lot of lies said around this dinner table here tonight, but that you can't believe.
Another interesting cameo was Franco Nero's, who played the lead role in the original Django.
What's your name?
Django.
No one will hurt you anymore as long as you're with me.
Also, we can't forget a typical Tarantino film moment.
What were we talking about?
In the beginning, James Remar's character dies at the hands of Dr. Schultz. In the end, James Remar's other character kills Dr. Schultz. Shooting lasted for over 5 months, and the amount of footage filmed was mind-blowing. When the film's producer Harvey Weinstein first saw how much Tarantino had shot, he wanted him to take the proven route and split the movie in 2. But Quentin preferred to shorten the film almost by half. Scenes that didn't make the cut included the backstory of D'Artagnan's hunters, and some scenes with Zobel. Also, the dialogue between Steven and Django when they arrived at Candyland was before the scene where Schultz meets Broomhilda. This scene was Jamie Foxx's favorite one, which didn't make the final cut. But the biggest loss was a whole plot line where Kerry Washington's character was sold by a slave owner, played by Jonah Hill.
But nobody can see.
So
it'd be nice to see.
The actor had around 15 minutes of screen time, but Quentin wasn't pleased with the outcome, so he gave Hill a small role in the Ku Klux Klan and invited Sacha Baron Cohen to replace him. But the reshot episode was cut anyways.
Goddamn time wasting sons of bitches.
The editing dragged on for 4 months, mostly because Tarantino couldn't work as well as when he had Sally Menke by his side. I've been really melancholy these last few days, because this is usually the time where she would kind of be running the show, this last little bit. So I'm particularly missing her now. I have to be more responsible for my own movie. Menke's place was taken by Fred Rasky, who had previously worked as Sally's assistant on Kill Bill, and was the film editor for the first, The Fast and the Furious. During the first stage of writing the music for the picture, Quentin had a serious argument with Ennio Morricone, who was upset with how the director had used his compositions in the film. And vowed never to work with Tarantino again. However, 3 years later, he broke his vow, and for the first time in his career, at the age of 86, won an Oscar.
This is the first Oscar and 6th nomination for Ennio Morricone.
The premiere of Django Unchained was in New York on the 11th of December 2012. The events that followed can only be compared to the success of Pulp Fiction. The picture earned more than $424 million and became the most profitable of Quentin's career. It also attracted many accolades. Christoph Waltz, for his role as Dr. Schultz, received a Golden Globe, a BAFTA, and the aforementioned Oscar. Waltz set a record, by the way. His character has 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 17 seconds of screen time. This is the longest of any actor who received an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor.
Astonishing.
Quentin was also not forgotten. For the screenplay of Django, he received a Golden Globe, a BAFTA, a Caesar Award. And 18 years after Pulp Fiction, he took the Dolby Theater stage once again to receive his prize.
Thank you very much. I love this. I love the competition. You guys are all wonderful. Peace out.
Do you like our work? Let us know with your like and comment. Push that subscribe button and share with your friends. If you want to support the project financially, become our sponsor on Patreon or YouTube sponsorship. Thank you.